Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. Welcome, everybody.
Booyaka show.
31st episode, Get Geeked Podcast.
We's an adult now.
Get some. We got to start paying bills. Damn, that sucks. But welcome, everybody. Yeah, new episode. Here we go. Like I said last week, I'm going to give you my review of One Punch Man Season 2. Now,
You didn't like it,
okay,
did you?
well, I have mixed feelings. Because the thing is, I understand why you hated that final episode. And there is only 12 episodes, right?
Yep.
These guys left a whole truckload of plots holes everywhere.
Yup.
But see, like, I kind of get it, because the thing is One Punch Man is a satirical view of anime superheroes. So, like, in a way, it doesn't matter too much, because they're just, like, poking fun at the whole thing. But then again, you know, coming from a person who wants a complete story, god dang, they did not give you a complete story.
Okay. Here's really where all of my frustration really kind of pushed forward, because we didn't have the same dealing with the episodes. You got to watch all of them in one go.
Yeah, and no,
I watched them weeks in between each other.
I could see why you're angry with each episode because of how they ended each episode. No, I get it. Like,
It was just more and more. It left like, what the fuck?
But see, that's why I've come to this, like, the way I watch anime. I just wait for the whole season to finish, and then I'll watch it. And sometimes I'll forget to even watch it. But I mean, like, it's better off that way, because a lot of animes tend to do that. They tend to just, like, they'll leave you in a really, really hardcore cliffhanger where you're just like, what? And then they just think, like, oh, I mean, they'll just wait till next week to watch it, you know? And then they do it every episode.
Yeah, I should really start doing that. It was just the fact that I was so eager to see what was going to happen, because that last cliffhanger from the first season made me want to watch right away. But then each episode after that was just like, man, now I really want to watch the next one. Maybe it'll get solved. Maybe something will happen. But nothing happened.
But see, the regular formula for an anime is they'll leave you all these cliffhangers on every episode, but they'll pay it off on the final episode. But here's the thing about One Punch Man Season 2. They leave you with no resolution.
And an even bigger cliffhanger.
And an even bigger cliffhanger, so that you wait for the next season, where you don't know if you are going to get next season, because the thing with these type of animes, because they're not held by such a big company, you don't know if you're going to get another season.
It could just be the biggest set of anime blue balls you'll ever get.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Which is like,
they'll just keep tagging you along until you're just like, I'm just gonna go to fan fiction forums and figure out what happens from there.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. I still kind of liked it. I still kind of liked it because the characters. Like,
it was funny. It was funny.
I've grown to like the characters on the show. Like, yeah.
And all I really cared about was Saitama and his wig. That's all I really cared about during that season.
Well, I kind of like. I fell in love more with Tornado, even though you barely saw her in the season. Like, you
got to understand her, like, her stressfulness now that you see her sister and all this stuff.
Like, it's weird, because they kind of build her up secretly in the first season, and then when she finally shows, you see her true, like, her powers, but then, like, you still don't get much of her. And that's kind of why I was intrigued with Tornado in the first season. And then they do the same thing, but they show you even less of her on the second season. So I'm just like, yeah, she's a badass. She just pops in whenever she needs to, like, throw down her powers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also like the character in the tournament too. That the guy who won the tournament, but
Oh,
ultimately loses to the monsters at the end. Like he was kind of cool. Like I hated him in the beginning, and then he was like wishy washy in the middle.
it
But
was.
then like I was cool with him once he got beat up by the monsters, and he's like, I want to be your disciple,
Yeah,
Saitama.
okay. It was thrown in out of nowhere. That
Yeah,
guy was
yeah.
just kind of thrown in out of nowhere, but it was weird seeing that this whole random person, just random guy, has this whole hero to zero complex just on the sidelines, which is pretty funny. That you just see a whole person's emotions go up and down.
Hmm.
Well, that's not even the main story, but you're so connected to I want to see what happens with this
Yeah.
guy.
And the weird thing is that they kind of finished that arc a little bit, but not really because they leave you to see if,
Mhm.
if Saitama takes him as a
Is,
disciple or not, but they don't really give you an
is
answer.
is any of this really spoilers since it's been out for so long?
Well, it doesn't matter, dude. I mean, I will just go full spoilers. I'll put it in the tag
All
of
right,
the
cool.
tag of the show so that they know that it's
Because
gonna be
I
spoilers.
was kind of holding stuff, not saying like what was happening, but now that I can just fully say what's happening, I also really liked Metal Bat to see that he actually like had a family, had a little sister that he cared about, and then he was actually a lot stronger than I gave him credit for.
True, true. I was like, who?
Fighting all those
Yeah,
people.
I was like, who is this jerk when I first saw him? But then you get to see his fight scene and the arc of his story, and it's like, all right, all right, all
Hmm.
right. I'll give him a
And
try.
this hero hunter, I don't know whether to like him or hate him. I get that he's doing it to be like all these,
They
but
they
at
gave
the other
him
time, I'm like,
they gave him the most story, so like
yeah.
I dig him, but I would like to see him become like an anti-hero where he's not against the heroes or against or he's not on the hero side or the monster side. He's just there for himself. I would like to see him just become that character, but that's the other part is you don't know if that's ever going to happen because you don't know if we're going to get a season 3 or not. And if we do get a season
Hmm.
3, I hope they touch on that.
Yeah, because I mean, I want him to like. I don't see the whole how he supports monsters 100 full on percent
Yeah,
like
well,
that. I'm still trying to work on, but
it kind of it veers that in that direction because he's talking trash about the monsters to the monsters at the end before he passes
mhm.
out.
So
So
I hope like he does turn kind of anti-hero where he does help out when it comes to something big, but then again, this is all fanfic considering we don't even know if we're going to get that last season.
well, the thing is,
Which then again, you don't even know if any of the questions are going to be answered.
I kind of want to see him like help, but without wanting to help. Like he helped in a way where he was actually doing it for himself, but by doing it for himself, he helped out.
Mm.
Like that would be
Awesome
a great way to do
character.
it.
Awesome character arc if we do get a third season. Hero Hunter and that guy from the tournament both find Saitama to be super strong, and they're both fighting to be his number one disciple.
Well, no,
Next to Genos.
Genos is his number one disciple. So they
I know, but now you got three
they would
who
have
really want to be.
yeah they would have the fight to become number 2 disciple.
And that I would watch a whole season of them arguing with each other.
Well,
The whole third
and not just that, you have to throw a third hat into the ring because Tornado's sister,
Yeah,
she's gonna want to become
would-
Saitama's disciple as well.
one of the or love interests.
I don't see
But I was just saying.
Saitama getting romantic. He's not the type. Like his
Other people can, but he's not going to.
yeah, his mentality and the way he is, he's just not the type to even think about that. Because he's
One of the best parts of the season was seeing her see him with, King. Just
yeah. And King, another character, dude. Okay, yeah.
oh my god!
But see, like, but there you go, though. the show was actually entertaining. It's just the way they left you hanging at every end is what's kind of a little frustrating. But you take away some of that frustration if you binged it. But I could see why it was so frustrating if you watched it week for week.
See, so I'll give you guys. I'll give you guys this. We got all those story arcs, which we're talking about. It gave good story arcs, but imagine getting like 25% of each of those per every like 2 episodes between a whole season.
Yeah,
it starts to get a little annoying.
Yeah. No, I get. That's why I was like, I can see where you're coming from with being annoyed and mad at the show, but like, yeah, it's two different. It's two different experiences if you watched it binging it or week to week. Yeah, it would have killed me. It would have made me that much angry as well if I had to watch it week for week. I probably couldn't have done it.
Oh man, that's why I'm just gonna wait for the whole thing to be out next season. I'm not gonna put myself through that again. That was legit torture, worse than probably some of the stuff I've had to deal with Naruto.
Well, but
that
see,
one was just
the thing about
the
thing about Naruto though was there was resolutions in middles. You know, like there
were resolutions in middles, but we had to wait through like 3 episodes of filler,
which is better than One Punch Man with no resolution.
Man, animes are a really love-hate relationship right now.
This is
like I love them.
Hold it a second. Are you getting an echo? I'm getting an echo. Do you still have your tiny chat sound on? No, that's weird. I don't know. I'm getting an echo somewhere.
Try talking a little lower so it
it's not you. It's me. I'm hearing myself.
Oh no, I don't hear anything.
That's weird. Okay.
It's fine for me.
Well, hopefully it doesn't pick up on the recording. I don't know. You guys let us know. But yeah.
Either way, it's just gonna be a 1 episode. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, so One Punch Man season 2, it's good. Don't watch it week for week. Binge it. I give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I don't know.
You know what? I'll give it a 7 because not 7.5 because that first few episodes with the buying the wig and figuring everything out was pretty damn funny.
For the one who was talking trash about it last week, you're giving it a 7.5
because 7.5 is technically a little low for me considering all of the animes I really really like. I hold it to really high regard, and that's a really good show. But 7 is actually kind of a bad mark for One Punch Man.
I guess. Okay. Well, there you go. I give it a lower score than he did. He gave it a higher score. There you guys go. Watch it for yourself. Binge it though.
Yeah, binge it. Don't do what I did. Well, you don't have to because you don't have to wait for it to come out now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, season 3 is gonna come. Hopefully, season 3 comes out next year.
Who knows? My finger.
And then if it does come out next year, wait for it to finish and then binge it. But then see that might make it to where they don't get a 4th season if you do that. I don't know, like, you know.
Yeah, because then that's the point. Because then they don't get the views right away. And then
exactly. So I really don't know.
Kicking yourself in the ass, you know.
I really don't know how to correctly tell you guys how to watch it, but hey, watch the first 3 episodes, and then from there, you decide. Because the thing is, they make good characters. Like their characters are good. The storyline is actually good too if they just finish it somehow. Yeah,
they're setting up like a million stories that they're never gonna finish.
Because they still haven't even finished one of the stories from last season where it's Genos going after the monster who attacked his village. That's never been resolved.
So I think they've already given up on that one.
But like I said, though, I think that's what they're meaning to do. I think that's their point. Like like I said, they're a satirical look at anime superheroes. So like I think they're doing it on purpose. Like
I think you really just fucked up One Punch Man for me because now I'm just gonna think of it like none of it's gonna get answered. So
I
why
don't,
bother?
I don't think so because they're making fun of it. They're making fun of superheroes and anime. That's what they're doing. Like it's a jokingly look at the way they do it.
It's a forever Dragon Ball Z fight.
Kind of.
It's all just yelling, but nobody's throwing energy, man.
This is so weird, dude. Why am I getting an echo? I don't know. All right.
Sure, you're not having a stroke or something?
I'm gonna try to deal with it because it weirds me out a little bit, but whatever. Because I'm hearing like my voice coming back at me. So
you can do that while I do my shout out for my mask if you want.
Do it. Well, I don't know. No, I'm just not gonna. I don't know. Not even gonna try to mess with it. But yeah, there you go. Our review on One Punch Man season 2. Next thing, we didn't even do news, but you know what? I don't even really have much news. So
I mean, there isn't really
next
much
topic.
news. So is that me?
Yeah.
So, if you heard me talk about it a while ago, I am currently right now in the middle of 3 things: moving, soon, working on cosplay, and starting up a recording area once we get the new place, so I can actually make more videos, film more things, play more games,
so
do all that stuff.
Record his farts.
If you guys could hear some of the ones that happen when I'm alone, I think I'd break records. But so I have a Islander Toa Roadhog cosplay going on right now. If you guys don't know, convince Gabe to pop a picture up randomly somewhere real quick.
Wait, repeat that because you cut out.
Oh, I was saying if you guys don't know what a Toa Roadhog is, the thing that I'm building, I'll try to convince Gabe to pop up a picture somewhere. This is what it is.
Or you mean like a finished one?
No, just like the picture of the character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So just so they know what it looks like. But I'm going to give a name drop for some awesome people. I still have one piece coming in that I am going to name drop once I finally get it, so I can see what the product quality is. I was talking to somebody from Canada who has a cosplay shop. Not really cosplay, but more like she can make plaster molds of certain characters if you really need to. And I finally got my almost finished plaster Toa Roadhog mask, which is going to be part of the build, which I'm going to film sanding in plaster, cutting out the extra bits, painting, textures, all that kind of stuff, along with the cosplay. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Armored Brownies from Canada, because she made an awesome mold. All the textures are amazing. There are even like wood chips that I didn't think it was going to be there. I thought I was actually going to have to go through and make them myself, but it is amazingly textured. So shout outs to her. She could use the business whenever, because I know I have a lot of really high profile cosplay friends on my Facebook. So if any of you guys ever need any kind of stuff like that, she could definitely do it. Not too expensive, ships fast, gets to you on time. She's a little slow when it comes to replying, but everybody's got their own stuff going on. So that too, I'm also waiting for my Roadhog hook, which is going to be coming in soon. And those two are the only non-custom built thing from me, because it would just take way too long. And I have other costume ideas that I was actually talking with Gabe about. And it would just take way too long to do all those together. Plus, I want to just get them done a little faster, considering this was an idea that I had a long time ago, but didn't have the resources or the communication and the connections to get that stuff kind of done. But now that I do, a lot of people have already done that, so that's not really a priority right now. So I can finish the other one that I was trying to build, but I'm not going to tell you guys just yet because I'm still going through ideas on that. But maybe this will be kind of like a side thing. I'll probably first video is going to be maybe fixing up some of the cuts and the back face right here that I'm going to have to cut out. So I'm probably make a video on that, kind of do like a time lapse of the whole project. Maybe not the whole project altogether because it take way too long. But yeah, so just be looking for some of that once we get the new place soon, which is in like less than a month. I'll probably be able to start filming that kind of stuff. So look out for that. I'm really, really interested in the whole cosplay thing right now, so I might do a lot of videos for that. So be ready. And I have a lot of friends that do cosplay around here, so
Now
maybe
don't tease
cosplay team-ups.
Don't tease people. It better come out. We better see some
because
stuff.
I spent way too much time and money and all that on this project to not let it happen. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I mean, maybe we could even have some videos of Gabe's cosplays too.
That's if I even have time to even do one.
Well, I mean, what's like some of the ideas you were going through? Because I know some last year were Deadpool, Kakashi.
Well, I already did all those, so like I don't like doing the same thing twice. And I really haven't found a new character to latch onto yet. So like, yeah, I don't really have anything on my docket, and not just that, but like, hopefully I find another graphics assistant soon because I'm working 6 days a week now. So yeah, I don't have much time to do anything. In fact, like I'm a little worried because I always tend to have a Halloween costume by October, and right now I don't even have one yet. So like, yeah, it's bugging me. That's bugging me already. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, cosplay wise, dude, I'm not even doing anything right now. There's not enough time.
Man, I completely get that, but I think we can help you come up with something, even if it's like small and stupid. At least you would get it. The first thing that came to my mind was just like Saitama with his wig. So just get a cheap gi and a blonde wig or an orange wig.
Yeah, but he's clean shaven, dude. I have a beard.
So be any of those C-class superheroes that we saw in those episodes.
The lackeys who get beat up. Yeah, I could be one
just
of those.
This super obscure superhero that nobody knows about.
I could be one, the guy who turned into a monster. The guy who eats all the monsters things to turn to monsters and then ends up getting beaten up real quick.
You just carry a bunch of weird looking purple hearts with you and just start noshing on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think you can come up with something by then because you haven't really gone a year without that kind of stuff.
Well, I haven't gone a year without a Halloween costume. Period. That's why I don't like this. Like I usually have one by now, because I try to think of one by August, so I have it ready. But like, yeah, I totally skipped me this year. I forgot to even like research it in August. So,
did you find any ideas did you check out the Spirit of Halloween?
Not yet.
Store yet?
I'm planning on going today. I'm probably gonna try to go today and just walk around and check it out. But
okay.
So look forward to that. I'm probably gonna film that and then put it out this week. So yeah. But yeah. So like I don't know.
That's essentially it for costumes for me. So if you wanted to tell them a little more about costumes, but after that, I'm pretty much good on my name drop. So.
Well, there you go. So hopefully look forward to Alex's videos if he keeps his word.
I put too much into this.
Dang it. But yeah. Next topic. This is just my reaction and my thoughts to someone's comments from last week. If you're in the news, it was, and the thing is, I respect this person too, like because of his body of work is good, and I'm talking about Martin Scorsese. He has now joined the list of people who's come out and talked trash on comic book movies and stuff like that. If you want to see his quote, you just look it up on the internet. There, you should be fine. You should be able to find it somewhere because it was all over the place, like yesterday and the day before yesterday. So basically, he's just talking trash on superhero movies, saying that he doesn't consider it cinema, that it's like a amusement park. You know, it's not really a movie, and then like just giving jabs to comic book movies. And the thing is, though, dude, like his production company is is one of the companies that helped produce the Joker movie. So he's somewhat involved and has done it's not a superhero movie, but it's a comic book movie. So like, I don't know where he comes off talking trash like that. Yeah. And like, yeah, I don't know, but like, and there's other people who's done it before, and so they're always gonna do it. Like James Cameron talked trash on it last summer, and I know that Spielberg tried to talk trash on it before too, and like they've done stuff like comic book movies, you know, even if they, you know, agree or disagree, some of their movies are kind of like comic book movies. So, you know, but like the thing is, I respect Martin Scorsese, but I totally disagree with him. I feel like he's saying it because he's an older person, and those older people are not gonna be into like comic book stuff like we are, because they didn't grow up with it, you know. Like, they grew up doing their things, you know, because Martin Scorsese, I can't even say his name right now. Martin Scorsese, you know, he researched, like, the mob and stuff, because a lot of his movies were, like, mob-related and stuff like that, you know? So, I don't think he's ever been around comic books, so, like, I can see why he thinks that way, but then again, it's like, you know, why be that type of person to, just because you're not into it, like, you gotta take jabs and mock it, you know? So I say boo to you for that, Mr. Scorsese. But I still respect you, but I think your words are lame.
So I'm gonna say something. You know, just recently, would I consider the more recent superhero movies to be considered a type of cinema? I get where he's coming from, but also, back in the day, superhero movies weren't...
Yeah, they weren't the greatest.
You had, like, what was that courtroom Hulk movie? You had the old Superman. You had, you know...
Well, I would not put old school Superman into... because old school Superman was actually pretty good. For its time, dude, they were pretty good. Minus Superman 3. I'll throw away Superman 3.
Yeah, but okay, I'll say it like this. But that movie was technically, they knew who they were filming for, and they knew they hit that mark. They knew that everybody who was going to watch it loved Superman, loved comics, and didn't really care what everybody else in the cinema, like, era thought about it, because that was a big time for movies, considering, like, Martin Scorsese's coming in from the type of movies where, you know, you expected to go to the movies and, like, in a suit and a fucking, a fur coat on your lady, going in, smoking a cigarette, and it was mob movies, it was courtroom movies, it was some dramas, horrors. There was no such thing as, like, unless it was from Disney and only for children of the time. I get where he's coming from, but it's also the same argument of somebody saying, I don't agree with, progressive teenagers just because I'm from a different era that doesn't think that way. That's how I see it. I don't think there's any way we're going to really break them down to be like, superhero movies are great and all that. It's just something they're not going to agree with. But that's not the point, because they're not for him. They're for us and the people who would really enjoy them. And recently, those movies have become the most glamorized form of what nerds want and what people who don't know nerd stuff want in the movie. So it's technically really cinema right now. But there were times with, like, what's the one with Batman, Robin, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze?
Batman Forever.
That superhero movies to be going up to maybe about the first Thor. The first Thor was still like just barely taken seriously, but to the point where we knew it was serious for us. And considering all that he's, kind of used to, I can see that he wouldn't consider those real movies. But once again, they're not for him. But it's just like how I can guarantee most of the people who watch those movies are going to go and watch the next Martin Scorsese movie.
No, I wouldn't say that, because I watch comic book movies and I watch Martin Scorsese movies. So.
Okay, so this is actually where I wanted to. You just reminded me that that's what I was going to talk about. I wouldn't technically consider this Joker movie to be it is a comic book movie, but I would consider it a cinematic rendition of a comic book story, So it's not technically like they have to be literary accurate.
But it's still a comic book movie. It's based on a comic book character. So that's a comic book movie.
Imagine, I see it like this. Like, imagine making the Titanic Lois Lane into the love interest. It's just kind of like, it's a very cinematic rendition of... Because if you made that movie about just any random person... just a guy, kind of like...
you cut out a lot there, dude. I don't even really know what you're talking about.
Don't worry, I'll make it really simple. I think of it technically, if you made that Joker movie about any person, kind of like, Falling Down type movie, it would still be a very, very good movie. But just because you made it end with him turning into the Joker, it just gave it that more of a bump. But still, if you took out the whole Joker aspect, it would still be a really good movie. So I would consider it really a more comic rendition of a really cinematic rendition of a comic story.
Where are you going?
But that's just my take.
Where are you going with this again?
No, because I can see why Martin Scorsese would work on something like that. Like, his production team wouldn't have something.
Yeah, but he works on that, but then he goes and talks trash on comic book movies. But like I said though, like, you might think that he could see it as a higher thing than a comic book movie, but then again, it's a movie with a comic book character in it, thus it's a comic book movie. So why talk trash on something that you also worked on? I don't know.
But see, that's why I was saying, like, if he worked on the Titanic, but it was the love interest was Superman and Lois Lane, he would still see just the Titanic of a movie was a movie. He's not going to go, like, I love Superman and Lois Lane from any other story. He just sees a movie about this. Honestly, you know what? I'm even losing my...
yeah.
I had a point, but honestly, I don't...
The point. Well, my point is, why even talk trash on it? That's the thing. Like, there's no point to it. There's no point to hire yourself. There's no point of improving anything. So why even talk trash about it? And the thing is he went out of his way in an interview. He went out of his way to talk trash on a whole genre. It's like,
okay.
It's like if you were like if you were like a rock and roll star, and just because you hated country music, you don't have to really talk trash about country music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See, but here's the point: they do still though. Okay, so I got it.
Not really, because you don't really hear a lot of musicians talking trash about other genres. Really, it's the fans.
Okay.
The fans do, but not the musicians themselves.
I got the 2 points I was trying to make, and I can make it super straightforward, so we don't have to keep doing this hypotheticals. It's just kind of like how if he made a cinematic movie, but the love interest was lesbian. Think about it like that.
I thought you weren't going to do any more.
I know, but this is why I made it straightforward.
Well, you're not. It's not really straightforward. You're still.
I know, but I was just saying, like, if it was about a lesbian love interest, he could still come out and say, I don't understand why people can't. A really old person way of thinking. And then he's going to come out and be like, I don't understand all that, just because he's from an older time and he doesn't get it. And when put on the spot, I think he just started blurting nonsense, or also just scared.
Nah, that doesn't make sense.
Progressionism.
For one thing, you can't make a movie. You can't make a movie about lesbians and then talk trash on it either, because you're gonna have to know that life. You have to do that research to know that life. So you can't.
Was it
make
him
a movie?
that
You
made
can't
the movie,
make a
or
movie and
was
then.
it
Well,
just
the thing is,
production?
it was his production company. So yes, it wasn't him, but still though.
So there's still that disconnect.
There is still a disconnect, but still though, like that's not my point. My point is,
I'm not gonna say it was not bad. I was just saying, yeah, I guess I can see that there is an option that he might still be that way.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. He's stuck in his he's just an old bitter man who's wondering why his movies are getting thrown to Netflix instead of into the big screen, because the big screens is really taking in all the superhero movies because that's what makes money. But hey,
yeah, he's kind of just sad that his movies didn't really turn out to be the classic Martin Scorsese, like mob comedy, all the dramas, all that stuff. He said that the movies didn't really become as professional as it used to be back in the days, and he's just sad that people are spending more money to go see a superhero movie than they are to see the new horror or drama.
Yeah,
That's the point.
But
that's what we like.
But I still
he's just being bitter about it.
Yeah, but I still why talk trash? You know what I'm saying? He could have been a better man. He could have been held, even though I still respect him. I could have respected him even more and still put him in that high level director area if he just held a high road and not talk trash about a whole genre. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for it. There's no good that comes out of it. It doesn't further him. It doesn't further his genre. It doesn't further anything. It shines a bad light on him.
just like a bunch of. Just like with a bunch of other old people who don't like any kind of change. Honestly, I think if they were just put in the limelight and ask a certain question, I think they would just say stuff like that because they're scared and they don't really understand. But really, I think that's just how everybody is. Because they're going to have their own thoughts and ways, but they've never really been thrust into the limelight about their points and views.
See, I don't agree with, because he's a high-level director. He's been in the limelight.
I know, but he should
know how to deal with that type of stuff. That's the thing.
I know. I was just saying, just about comic book movies, because still to a lot of directors that's new because they kind of blew up and took over the market. It's kind of like how Zune felt about Apple. They're not going to be like, oh, I love Apple, but lo and behold, it's really everything right now. So it's just, I think they were just scared, and I think it's just always going to be like that with something that kind of took over what he held to be his whole life. Either way, Martin Scorsese, you're just being an old coot, so just shut the fuck up.
Dang it, Alex. Can you just keep it clean a little bit?
I haven't done it in a while.
But
I haven't done it in a
but
while.
still, though, man, you're just making more work for me, dude.
I don't know why. All I said was you need to shut the fudge up.
Okay. Well, there you heard it. He said fudge. Okay. Jesus, man. All right. Well, there you go.
Jesus.
For Alex is backing up in a weird way. I don't know. I don't agree. I don't agree with him. But yeah.
Honestly, I don't either. But honestly, I can understand the fact that he's just being a scared old man.
But Martin Scorsese, you're still a great director.
Fight me.
But
fight me, Martin.
Learn to be a better man. You're still a great director, but learn to be a better man. You don't have to talk trash about stuff you're not into. I'm not into sports, but you don't hear me talking trash about basketball. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With that, do you have
it like that?
Do you have another subject, sir?
I have one that we both had.
Oh, yeah.
Like to talk about that.
That's right. No, that's right. You do have another subject. Duh. Well, it is your turn.
So, with all of the news recently about really, really, really hyped, crappy apps coming out recently with Mario Kart, it's a complete bomb.
It's really, really trash because I don't know if any of you guys out there even keep track of just video games at all, or video game videos or video game channels that review video games. Like, God, dude, Mario Kart Tour, it just got demolished. It got demolished, dude. I feel like Nintendo should be embarrassed to even have put that out.
You want to know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is, there's still a line of people trying to hold up that it's a good game. But you were right. You were right last week. It's honestly just a bunch of people who don't really know video games, and because it's a calm thing that they could play. But it's not for gamers. If you've played Mario Kart, any Mario Kart, that game is not going to be good to you.
No, it is not. And here's the other thing is, yeah, it's complete trash. You can't steer. It's a pay to win game. If you want any good characters, you're gonna be shelling out cash. And
I love games who give you like 100 gems. To start, they only give you like 5 gems, and that's for one. For one.
Oh, the other part too is you really don't get the whole game, because if you don't know, it's a free trial to start, but you're supposed to pay monthly to keep the game. Oh my god, dude. Mario Kart Tour, get out of here.
Trash. But on that,
if you have it on your phone, delete it. But yes, on that, go ahead.
If you have it on your phone, run it over with your car and buy a new one. But with that closed door, gave us one open window and one semi-open sliding door. So the open window, which is another app that just came out, which I didn't really think was going to be all that great, was honestly a lot better than I thought it was going to.
I kind of thought it was gonna be good only because the company who made it has done good for another game that was trash on every level. but the mobile app version was actually good. But go ahead.
Yeah, like I honestly I thought it was just gonna be because I've tried the Counter-Strike phone games. I've tried all these random shooters. None of them really have a decent feel to them because they are not flushed out. If they're flushed out, they're too flushed out, and it's hard to understand the game. But with this brand new one, Call of Duty Mobile, it has some of the older maps from Call of Duty Modern Warfare
and Black Ops.
So it's just a couple different maps from some of the really good games that everybody likes.
And it also has a battle royale.
Has a battle royale, has it has ranked, it has all that extra stuff, it has loadouts, it has custom weapons, it has crouching, jumping, scoping, it has different ways to hip fire. If you don't want to hip fire, it can single tap to look down the sight, or it could click to look down the sight and stay down the sight. It's pretty fleshed out, but not too fleshed out that it's still fun. It's a pretty decent game, and I just found out yesterday that if you have any of those like phone controllers that you slap your phone into, it gives it a 100% legit console feel to it. I just tried it out with a PS4 controller and also one of those controllers that you just slap onto the phone. It is the smoothest I've ever felt. It felt like just playing Modern Warfare again.
And not
even on the phone where you have to tap things.
And not just that, but and I gotta give shout outs to the company who make it. It's Tencent. Tencent also made the PUBG mobile app, which was also, to me, I felt like worked better, felt better than the actual PUBG, the game itself, that's the one I was talking about earlier. That's trash on all levels, because PUBG, even though I played a lot of it when it came out, it is trash on all levels. But that's a whole nother subject. But yes, Tencent is the company who made PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty Mobile, and not just that it has controllers for the phone, but they made an emulator for the PC, so you can actually play it on PC. And the thing about it is, it's the same thing, same field, but you could use keyboard and mouse. And when it lobbies you with people, there's not gonna lobby you with people on their phone app. It's gonna lobby you with other people who has emulators as well. So that way you don't have like an advantage or stuff like that. So if you're worried about that, don't worry about that. So when you're playing the phone app, don't have a worry that there's someone on mouse and keyboard that's murdering you.
Well, you're still gonna have one worry. You're gonna get the guys like me who have a controller.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think it's that much of an advantage.
No, it's not. It's still working with your hands. It's doing all that. It's not like hand-to-eye coordination with the mouse. That's something else.
So, you really don't have to worry about the PC players versus the mobile app players. Yes, you do kind of have to worry a little bit about people who have controllers on their phone app, but there's not going to be that many people who's going to go out and get a controller for their phone app. So that's why I don't think you really have to worry. And not just that, or know this though, when you do start playing the game, you are going to be up against bots. So you are going to think that you're really good, but you're not. You're just beating a whole bunch of bots. I think it's like
when you get to your first game,
I think it's level 5. When you get to level 5, that's when they start getting rid of bots and actually putting you in games with other people. So yeah, but first 5 levels are all bots, just so you know. Same thing with the Battle Royale and the multiplayer. But yes, Call of Duty mobile app is actually pretty good. It runs smooth. It works well. It looks good. Yeah.
Like if you got some time, like a decent amount of time, you won't mind spending a few hours just sitting there on your phone while playing that game.
Yeah. And the graphics for a mobile game, and I got to give much props again to Tencent, like it's actually really good. Like, like
it doesn't feel like PUBG, that's for sure.
No, it doesn't. It's crazy. But see, that's the thing though. They did the same thing with PUBG though. They made the mobile app graphics much better than the actual game graphics, So I don't know why Tencent just sticks to mobile apps. I feel like Tencent should actually make an actual game for consoles and PC.
Well, they shouldn't, because I am invested in their company right now. So they should, I'm invested in their mobile app company right now.
They're killing the game in mobile app games, dude. Like when they made PUBG, it actually was pretty popular, and now that they made Call of Duty Mobile, it's actually pretty good too. So
yeah, it's kind of strange because I was watching the stocks while the game came out. Not much of a a movement that much. So I'm thinking, unlike you and a couple others, I don't even think many people that it is a Tencent game. I think they're still thinking like Modern Warfare. It's Infinity Ward again.
Well, the thing is, dude, I don't think a lot of people do know, but I mean, I'm the type. But I feel like half of the player base do know because I feel like they think kind of like me, and when something comes out, they kind of do look into the developer team just so that they know what they're getting. Just how like who's making the Modern Warfare this year? Oh, it's Infinity Ward, okay, and who's making Black Ops this year? Oh, it's Sledgehammer, stuff like that. So, because then you know what you're getting. Like I like to know what I'm gonna be getting, because I feel like certain developer teams do a better job than the other developer teams. And when it comes to mobile app, it's the same situation, dude. And Tencent, they put out that first one, and it was the first one. I don't know if that was their only one, but it was their first big one, which was PUBG. So I was like, okay, they did a good job on that. Like, I feel like they're gonna do a good job with the Call of Duty. And then when it came out, it's actually pretty good. So they have a good track record, So now that if they make a third game, then I'll be like, cool, like it's gonna be good also.
So here's the thing I know about Tencent is I know PUBG is not their first game, but what they're known for is a lot of free, like flood the market type games, but that are really, really good versions of them. Like there are a lot of like MMORPGs or run around free shooters, but they're known for making some really, really good ones that have a decent fan base just because of how good their games usually are.
Yeah. So Tencent, dude, they're a good company, Boom.
On the stock side, don't invest right now. Still medium to high. Wait for the game to like crash.
Well, not just that too, but I feel like they didn't have a bump on the Call of Duty only because the release of this Call of Duty mobile app came at the back end of a controversy with the whole Modern Warfare developing team, which with the whole like them holding a whole portion of the game and only giving it to PS4 for a whole year. So that whole controversy happened last week, and then the mobile app
should have invested last week.
Yeah, and then the mobile app launched this week, so people were still having a bitter taste with Call of Duty. So like I feel like the player base isn't that big because everyone's like still kind of bitter and hateful about it. So yeah, it's not gonna spike, but I feel like word of mouth and stuff like that. So give it another week or so, or maybe a month or so. See if it even goes up a little bit. You don't know. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about stocks.
Right now, it's a watcher. If you got it, hold it. Mm-hmm. If you want it, don't buy it yet.
Yeah, but the main point though is Call of Duty mobile app is actually a good game. So if you want to download something, do not download Mario Kart. Download Call of Duty.
Also, like I was saying, there's also a semi-open screen door with 2 new games that just recently came out that are also didn't have high expectations, but are actually a lot more fun than I would give them credit for. Another mobile app that came out by some random Korean company. I forgot what the name is, but 9M Interactive came out with an awesome game. I, for one, am a huge fan of like the really laid back, relaxing, like Hot Shots Golf or Street Soccer for like the Xbox or the GameCube. Just really fun sports games that you can play that aren't too like, oh, I have to pick a play and then I need to do the play and then I need to wait for touchdowns and then no. This is actually pretty fun. It's by a Korean company, 9M Interactive, and if you want to check it out, it's called Extreme Football. It's a soccer game that's actually pretty fun. It feels like street soccer. You can flick the side of your screen and kick a ball off the wall, pass it to another teammate, and it's actually multiplayer too. So you have 3 people against 3 people. And it's actually pretty fun. You can customize your characters, you can actually play, you can run, you can use your stamina to run faster, you can do like bicycle kicks and kick the ball behind you all the way to the goal. It's actually pretty fun. So I'd say if you like fun sports games like that, which I know not a lot of people are, but if you are, give Extreme Football a try. It's way more fun than I thought it was going to be. As of right now, at like a 3.9 to a 4, it has huge potential, and it just came out like a couple weeks ago. So get on the bandwagon while you try it out. If it becomes a bigger game, it's going to be much more fun, but it's already a pretty fleshed out game. Is Untitled Goose Game by House that just came out. If you guys have been on YouTube, you've probably seen a lot of it. But it's really fun. It's kind of like a goat simulator type game, but more calming and interactive. You're a goose. You honk, you run, and you steal things. That's it. That's all I'm going to give you. Check it out for yourself. It's really fun, really entertaining. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Spend hours on it. So
you can also check out all the reaction videos on online, because I've seen a whole bunch of them on YouTube.
Some of the funniest I've seen were probably Achievement Hunter did one, Brown Man did one, I know Jacksepticeye did one, and just today Markiplier put out one that was the full game. So go check them out. Go check out some smaller people too if you want to see, but honestly, I feel like if you watch a lot of the playing, it kind of kills the wanting to play it for yourself. So maybe only watch one or two, because then you're not going to want to get the game. And they really deserve.
Or get the game, the game and make your own reaction video to it. There you go, boom.
Yeah, because honestly, House deserves that money. That's a really fun game.
So this week we have given you 3 mobile apps that are better than Mario Kart. Wow.
Honestly, go through your Play Store, scroll up and down, close your eyes, and click something. Probably better than Mario Kart.
I still can't believe that 3 indie companies have put out something better than a major AAA company. You know,
but then again, this wasn't just like a normal flop for a company. This was a really, really high expectation game that freaking belly flopped.
But I mean,
this was bad.
I could kind of see it because like Nintendo has been failing all over the place for the last year or so. I don't know if any of you guys know or follow the news on it, but Nintendo has been hit with another lawsuit that is compiling upon another lawsuit, because when the Switch came out, people were reporting that their joysticks were broken or weren't working, and for Nintendo, instead of fixing it for people, were just like, oh well. Thus causing a class action lawsuit, and then now when they released the new was it the mini Switch, or what's it called? Is it the
Switch Lite or something?
Yeah, Switch Lite. They released the Switch Lite. Guess what happened? The same thing. People got a brand new Switch Lite and found that their joystick wasn't working. Reported it back to Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, "Oh well."
Okay, so
and
I'm going to talk about this a little bit, because
now it compiled another class action lawsuit on top of that. So yeah.
I'm actually going to talk a little bit about this because I've actually worked for that company. I don't work for them anymore, so I'm going to be completely glass with this. I was actually part of the Switch specialist line, where I fixed and talked with hundreds of people for that exact reason. So I'm might be freaking breaking the internet right now, because they don't like people talking about this, but I don't work for them anymore, so I don't really have anything to have held against me.
I wouldn't go too far with it, because you don't know what did you sign any like NDA clause that even if you're not working for them, you still can't talk trash about them?
I did, but I'm not talking trash about it. I'm going to give people a little insight on what we did when we got those calls. So, we'd get calls about Switch problems. I'd have to do tech support. I'd have to do fixing physical switches. I've had to have switches in front of me while on the phone with somebody else trying to fix the switch. All of it, literally all of it. 80% of every single call I got, and these are people who have had perfect Joy-Cons and then haven't played it for a week and then came back to it and noticed that it was usually the right Joy-Con would just, it'd be called dragging. So you wouldn't touch it, but then all of a sudden the cursor would just kind of move up the screen. That's a problem with a lot of Joy-Cons. It was actually a kind of a joke when working there how many would come in. But I'll tell you this. I don't think I have ever, or known anybody ever to deny a Joy-Con Switch being brought in and repaired by us for free because it was a known problem. The only times that we would deny a repair like that is if they've already like sent in 4 or 5 Joy-Cons and then we're at the point where we're like, maybe it's not that they have 5 Joy-Cons, but they're just getting Joy-Cons and repairing them for free and giving them back, kind of like a service. But because there are those people. But I'll tell you, if you called Nintendo and were like, hey, I didn't do anything and my Joy-Con is messing up, 99% of the time, they would probably have it sent in for free to be repaired and sent back. But the thing is, it's been a while since I worked there. There may have been a policy change where they've changed it to the point it's such a big problem and they've stopped repairing them. That would be a huge backup of a lot of people not having fixed items.
Well, see, like, I think what happened is, or because the thing is that this whole lawsuit actually started. It started like right as soon as the Switch was released. So you probably were still there at the company, but
yeah.
I think what had happened is you were probably only dealing with a small amount of people. And I'm talking about like the whole like the whole span of everyone who's gotten one, you know? And I'm pretty sure a lot of them weren't calling like the headquarters that were near to them or something like that. They were probably going to top of the top. And, you know, I think the top of the top aren't, you know, they're not tech support. They're just like, no, yeah, and so, like, so your thing's broken, whatever.
We were actually, I was CS2, which was technically customer service management. You know, Reggie from Nintendo, Reggie worked in the same office as me. I'd see him at lunch. All this stuff would go on. The company, if something was going on, everybody would know about it. Because, like, even right before when Super Smash Bros. Came out, we actually had a huge major red flag where there was a guy who had gotten his hands on a load of Super Smash Bros. Cartridges before they were supposed to be released, like at least a week. And we were trying to figure that out, find the account, ban the account, do all this stuff. It's kind of, if you're in the company, you kind of hear everything that's going on. And it was a major thing for the Switch Joy-Cons to be broken. But honestly, I'll tell you this. The major feel from the company was kind of, oh well, if they want it fixed, we'll fix it. But I don't really think they gave a crap.
Well, duh.
Like, what us?
So, okay, hold on. So, but then that just proves my point. Like, what was the whole spiel?
No, I know.
I thought you were gonna have like a big defendant point, but yeah. But I mean,
it was
that's
kind of like this. It was just kind of like this. The BO, which is our back office, which was all the bigwigs, we would call them red badges. The company, you know? But everybody up front, we were literally the face of the company. We had an office in Oregon, had an office in Washington, just opened an office in Mexico, and that's it. It was North America. So we would get a lot of calls from New York, Puerto Rico, Canada, all these different places. So most of them did come through us. But the main senses of the whole thing that I'm trying to get to is all the people in the front wanted to do their best. We had a saying,
yeah, but I'm not talking. I'm not talking trash about the front line, dude.
No. I'm
just talking about the whole. I'm just talking about the whole
company
itself. But
I know, because we tried our best to fix all the switches, because personally, we felt that it was a problem. We ourselves had a saying, it's Mr. Mario's money. So if we heard about a switch, because we were the switch specialists, if we wanted to fix all of them, because we knew that the company didn't care. We knew the company didn't care. So we personally had a saying that if a switch was broken with something that we knew was a technical issue just like that, we would fix it 100%.
Right.
So,
but that's besides
it was us that were trying to fix the problem.
But that's beside the points that I was trying to make, though.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of people have a problem with Nintendo and trying to. That half of Nintendo is trying to take it upon themselves to just fix all of them, because they know the other half doesn't give two craps about.
No, yeah, but like I said, it's besides the point that I was trying to make. Well, I was trying to. Now I kind of even forgot what I was even trying to say. Because I was talking about. You
were saying that they were saying that they wouldn't fix them, or they wouldn't.
That was like a thing on top of the point, or that was a point to my point, or because I was talking about problems, Nintendo having problems for the past year or so. And they have the lawsuit. The lawsuit was one of the points, but my main point was going back to Mario Kart.
Really?
Yeah, because I was making a point on Mario Kart. I wasn't even going towards Switch. I was using Switch as just a counter, not a counterpoint, but an additional point to put on top of the Mario Kart situation, but then you went on a whole spiel about.
Right, well, just real quick, can I just say one thing? Because this whole thing with working with that company, a lot of people need to understand that when dealing with Nintendo, it's a lot of people who really care about you gaming and really care about you having a fun time. But what people need to understand is when it comes to working with Nintendo, half of it are fun people who love gaming and love the people who game with Nintendo, and the other half are people who are just trying to make a quick buck, and there's a huge disconnect at that company. Nintendo of America, there is a huge disconnect from the people who are literally there to make sure that your day is made better. That if you're calling in with a Nintendo issue, we are going to try to bend backwards to make sure everything is fixed. But then there's another half where they're just like, well, did you spend over $150? We spent $151. Well, too bad. I just hate that, Nintendo gets a lot of bad flack, but after working there for a while, we are literally like the voice of reason for the company while they're spiraling downwards into the depths of hell. There's such a huge disconnect there. And I just wanted to say it because after looking at all these different things, knowing that I worked there for a while and seeing everything kind of from the inside out, it's really different and it's weird because that whole thing with everything being broken, and then nowadays they're kind of like saying with the new Switch, it's just kind of like a lost cause. Half the company wants to help you and the other half just doesn't give a shit. So,
Well, I mean, okay.
just saying I had to say that because after working there, I wanted to get that off my chest because a lot of people don't really understand what it's kind of like there.
But the thing was too, I was gonna make a transition, and you kind of derailed my transition.
Yeah, so Mario Kart.
But then again, let's. I guess the thing is, dude. Mario Kart is trash. And Nintendo is doing bad for right now. But I was gonna say, even though I'm piling on this trash on top of it, I was gonna say that don't lose hope on Nintendo yet, because they still put out some pretty good games. Not in the mobile app arena, but in the other arenas. Because I mean, was it they have the new Zelda going out right now. It's not even new, really. It's kind of just a remake almost. I don't know, but it's doing
a remake of the first game in a different.
Yeah, they made it cartoonish and a little bit more, not even 3D, because it's not really 3D. No. But
dude, it's not 3D. But I legit look at my Switch and it looks like there are figures right in front of me. It looks like they are.
They have that, which is good, and they have the new Pokemon coming out, Sword and Shield, that looks really good. And then also even though we talk trash about that mobile app of a game, Pokemon Go is still pretty good, even though I think the company who makes that is only related to the Nintendo company, because it's Niantic, and Niantic is separate from them. But I mean, they have help from people who make it. And then with that, because I like to put all my Pokemon Go stuff at the end, and I feel like this is the end. I did a little recording, but not of my face, of just the game, and I'm gonna kind of speed it up here. I'm gonna put it somewhere over here, and I'm gonna speed it up a little bit to get to the end, because to explain what you're looking at, this is me. I got an EX pass, and if you guys don't know, the EX pass raid boss is now Mewtwo with the classic move of Shadow Ball, which is the better move than Side Strike. And you're still able to get the shiny. And once you see here at the end right here, when I click to see what I got, yes, I did. I got a shiny on my EX Raid Pass with the classic move of Shadow Ball, and the IVs of it are actually pretty good. So, boom, I put it there.
Again,
I was trying to link it to here.
For those who don't know, no, you cannot get Shadow Ball from a move pass.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't TM Shadow Ball anymore. It's basically a legacy move. Although if you do get an EX raid pass from now until I don't know when, but if you get it now, if you get an EX raid pass now, you are able to encounter Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, and you get
essentially,
and you also get the chance to encounter it as a shiny as well. So go out and do those EX raid pass; they do work.
Isn't an EX raid pass need to be done like a week in advance?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know. Well, because I did so many raids at this gym near my work that I don't know when was the last time I even raided at that gym or not. But all I know is that one day it popped up on my phone that I received the EX raid pass, and it was for yesterday at 4:30, which is 30 minutes after I get off of work, which is kind of okay because I park right there anyways. So basically, I just got off of work, went to my car, sat, and I saw there was a gigantic amount of people that was here that was there at the EX Raid Pass, because everybody wants a shiny Mewtwo with Shadow Ball. So I was like, as long as I kick it here, I'm legit. The thing is though, I feel like I get more of a luck if I get into a lobby that's not completely full. Because I feel like every time I get into a lobby that's already full up to 20 people, I never get the shiny. But if I'm in a lobby that's like 15 or less, and I was in a lobby with only 13 people, which is, enough to take down a Mewtwo, but, it's going to take you a little bit more longer. But yeah, I got into a lobby with just 13, which was lucky for me. And for some weird reason, dude, I felt like I was gonna get it, and I did. So I don't know, like it was like premonition or something.
Well,
Pretty
see,
cool.
dude, that's lucky. That's lucky for you because anybody else who doesn't live in like a major city, like state like California and stuff like that, man, out here, if there's an EX raid, the only 10 people in my city who play will be there first thing, and if you're there like 10 minutes late, you got nobody to play with.
Yeah, no, exactly, dude. I mean, that's why it's kind of tough for people in rural areas. But then that's also another reason for you to kind of like connect with the raid people there. So if you are gonna be late, you could kind of message them and let them know to like hold on and don't do the raid yet. But then again, like I'm kind of lazy and I'm not even in a group or anything at all. So I had to have been there at that time. So it was just kind of cool that I got out of work at 4 and the raid was at 4:30. So then I didn't have to actually like talk to anybody. I just basically just sat in my car and waited for the raid to begin. which was weird because my character had a lot of GPS drift, so he was not. Even though I was sitting in a car right next to the freaking gym, I had to get out of my car and walk to like the other side of the street for my dude to even be on the gym. So, and that's how I got into the lobby of only 13 because all the lobbies with full of 20 people got filled up really really quick. And then by the time I got my character to stand still, I got into a lobby of 13. And then once I got into the lobby, then I was able to just go back to my car and just battle it inside my car, which was cool. And I got video footage for proof, so it's dope. Awesome. And it was weird too because I felt like my luck had ran out because they dropped Shiny Oddish this week as well, and I couldn't get that. I was shiny less for the whole week. I couldn't get anything good. Couldn't find anything good. And yeah, and then Saturday, boom, I felt like I don't know if my luck like changed or what, but it was awesome.
And also on one last thing for Pokemon right before we end. Apparently there is news.
Say it again. You cut out.
Oh. Compared to our speculation, there is news that possibly this Halloween we're gonna get Darkrai for our next legendary.
Okay, and it kind of looks like it's going in that direction. I hope they do, because they did put out a legendary raid hour news on the app saying that spooky legendary raid hour. But then again, when they announced it on the list, it's just altered form Garatina for the first 3 weeks. But then they say they for the next 2 weeks at the end of the month, it's to be announced. So I hope it's Darkrai that they're gonna announce, but we have no proof of that yet. Still, though, I don't know.
Yeah, so there's speculation, but it seems to be going that way.
Also, look forward to Shadow Legendary Birds, because all the data miners have found all the codings for it, and that we're gonna get was it missions for it too and stuff like that, because they found verbiage text and everything. Do not cleanse those.
Yeah. For the love of God, do not cleanse those.
I just hope that it ends with Shadow Lugia, because that's the only one that I want. I really care less for the other birds, but Shadow Lugia looks freaking awesome.
And all of you would like that too if you grew up playing the Pokemon Coliseum and know what we're talking about.
Yes. But with that said, though, that brings us to the end of this episode.
With that being said, do not download Mario.
Do not download Mario Kart Tour. Download Call of Duty. Extreme Football, and then the third one, the Goose one.
Untitled Goose Game by House.
Untitled Goose Game. Yes. And yeah, that's the end of this episode.
Oh, real quick, for those who love music, I'm just really excited because I got a bunch of really kick-ass Grateful Dead shirts, and I just found a really rare record at a garage sale that I'm really, really happy about. It is Santana's Abraxas. If you know what that is, you're awesome. And I just wanted to add that because I'm super excited, and I got no one to tell.
Why didn't you just talk about that in the beginning? You have to wait till I'm doing my whole ending spiel.
I saw my shirt, and I was like, I forgot.
Jesus, man. Good timing.
I know, right?
But
all
yes,
right,
with that said, we're holding at 53 strong. Help us get to 100 subscribers, please. And hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell your friends, please. And we will all see you guys next week on the next episode. Check you later.